Hello, folks.
How are we doing today?
We good?
I hope everybody's doing well.
Please be doing well. Please, God.
Who have we seen? We've seen JZJ, Let's Go Lions. I guess that's the Detroit football team. Maybe they're playing at the moment.
Good guess.
Good, thank you. I think Detroit Lions just rolls off the tongue for me, so it feels like that's gotta be related. Also, we have Shabby Fan M2212, who said, I was sure the fandom name was Broadway Lambs, but go on.
Broadway Lambs.
Broadway Lambs, is that? No, we're Kathy's.
I don't know what that is either.
No, I think that's,
Oh, Broadway Lambs, 2K Mats fans, because they like Broadway and they're Mariah. No, but that's a good
it's a
guess.
Cute one.
That's a cute guess.
It's a very cute guess.
That's a very cute guess.
Hi, Christian,
Hello,
Yazzie,
Christian.
Michael Smith.
Hello.
People are here.
Everyone here.
Jay. Matt's 1 year ago. Guts was released. What an album. Absolutely an excellent album.
Oh, my God, really?
I can't believe it's been a year. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hello, Mother.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Isaac. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Mama
Jake.
Seal. Jake. Doing well. Hope you guys are good. Also, guys, sorry, apparently during the live stream, there was like a little clicking sound of the audio. And like, I know none of you are like, oh, it's not a big deal. But you know me, perfectionist. But I saw the comment and was like.
Yeah, there was one sole comment who was brave enough to say something.
And for me, I'm like, I've heard when people, like when we were going on Twitch, and we're like, oh, everything's messed up. It's slow. And I'm like, I think it's a user error.
It's a you thing.
But that was
then
us.
I got in the car and I forget why I clicked on the video to like see like, oh, what did we say in the beginning of the video? And I looked and I was like, oh, there is a clicking sound.
There's a clicking. So we apologize.
It's okay. It wasn't on the podcast.
It wasn't. It wasn't. You know. So I guess everybody just has to listen to the podcast last week.
Yeah.
Olivia's best album so far. Hi, Montrez. Good evening, darlings. Justin's here. Jamie Beth. How are we all doing? How are we feeling?
LG7 set for February. That's so far away.
It is. But the single comes out in October.
I know. Something to react to in October,
I wonder if it's Halloween themed. That would be something. Because we should talk about it during the thing.
Maybe it's a cover of Monster Mash.
Oh, God, I hope not. Did you get a haircut, XOXX?
I did,
your mom? Yes.
I did.
Oh, yes. I guess I saw it on Thursday when we recorded our review of Babylon, a film that was released.
Yes, and we recorded. It's basically me and Matt Palmer screaming at each other for half an hour straight.
Right,
I can't wait to not edit that and then just like upload it.
I know.
Because I'm like, how do I edit this?
I mean, how could you edit it? There's just so much to be said, and we said it all.
We said it all.
We really did.
Thank you for the compliment.
Angela Bassett got her Emmy. That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know that.
I saw Alan Cumming won Emmy.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Beat RuPaul for the first time.
RuPaul.
I know. Yeah, Ru had won, I think, 5-6 years in a row?
8.
8? Oh, my God.
Fucking 8,
That's wild.
So.
Okay.
What do you think Chappell should do for her VMAs performance to be considered iconic? Because now we live in a culture where nothing is shocking anymore. Here's the thing. If you go into something like trying to like
be iconic.
Yes. It's not going to be as iconic. It's like just concentrate on making it as good as possible.
That's right.
And just go with your gut.
Yes.
Just don't think about because I feel like now everything these days is far too meta and everyone goes into everything being like, I need to have it be a moment as opposed to actually just trying to create the moment.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I'm hoping that the moment happens. The thing is, I trust Chappell. I feel like she is going to do something amazing and I'm just excited to see it, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. Olaf says the stream is glitching.
Yes, I see some numbers, but it'll come back up. Just be patient.
Oh, there's numbers?
Yeah, don't worry. You shouldn't even know about it.
I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at that.
Shouldn't even know about it.
Again, I said it in my first email, my heart, and I'm saying it now. I freaking knew it. LG7 is happening, and there are snippets lying around of them are great, and I just can't wait for the single.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It was always going to happen. Like, she was never going to not.
She's never going to not put out an album again. Like, come on, guys. She's not Rihanna.
I still believe, to quote Mariah, a great hit. I still believe.
And a great song from Miss Saigon.
Yeah.
We should do that duet.
Oh, maybe together. We can. All right. I don't know.
For our next live show.
Maybe. I don't know it.
You listen to it. Remember when we did a review of it for Patreon? You don't remember anything.
I don't.
Literally remember when we reviewed Carousel and then 2 months later I said something about Carousel and you were just like, oh, I don't know it. And I'm just like, remember the thing we reviewed 2 months ago and you were just like, don't remember.
You know, that kind of thing doesn't stick with me. It's like the Real World seasons. Who was on them? Don't know. Don't know anything about that. Dark Gaga is back. We're happy. You don't have to try so hard to make it happen. Yes, Kendrick was a great pick for the Super Bowl. I mean, he's had quite a year.
Yeah.
So it's what a cherry on top.
Who was it this year that did the Super Bowl?
Usher.
Yes.
So from Usher to Kendrick. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like, Yeah, I mean, it's not as much. Remember when Bruno Mars first did the Super Bowl and it was like, doesn't he just have one album? But he fucking killed it.
Sure.
And of course, Kendrick has many more albums than Bruno Mars did at the time, but it still feels like, oh, he is the moment. And so let's celebrate him. It's less like, okay, you've had the legacy act and it's happening, everything's going to be going great.
And even if like you're kind of like, oh, does Kendrick have as many recognizable hits as someone like, a Madonna or something like regardless, like Kendrick Lamar has proven himself time and time again, like that he's a fucking excellent
That's
performer.
the thing. You watch any of those Grammy performances and you're like, oh, this man.
He could have one song and it's kind of just like he would kill it. They'd be like, great, make it's a 10-minute version of this.
I mean, again, we should wait till the podcast. We were going to talk about it, but who's having a bad day about this? Drake.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Kendrick's going to do great. But it's just going to be so many people screaming, not like us. And it's just like, I don't know. It would be hard if, someone you didn't like, their biggest hit was a song about how much they didn't like you. Like Obsessed was a big hit, but of course there are bigger Mariah hits. I don't think there's a bigger Kendrick hit, but Not Like Us. Like that was up there, possibly going to be Song of the Summer. And, yeah, Palmer is giving I don't care, so I don't. It's not that. It's just, I feel like in life, we only can remember so much. There's so many song lyrics in my brain that like the carousels, the Miss Saigons, the like musicals of a certain era that I came late to.
The musicals that shaped an entire medium.
Sure. Those that I came later to.
That you came later to.
I can't really slot those in. those don't make the cut. I hate to say it.
And after several years of doing 2K mats, there are moments where I'm kind of just like, sometimes you run out of bandwidth for new material.
We all can only do so much.
Yeah. Where it's kind of just like, I'm consuming so much material.
Exactly. It's good that Chappell broke through with us.
I know. Like, that's impressive.
It is impressive.
Like, because literally it's our job now to really
have
be
opinions and
tuned in and
yes.
listen to as much as possible.
Exactly. Loved y'all's latest bracket video. Taylor has so many iconic music videos. Blank Space, Look What You Made Me Do, You Belong With Me. Did you see Mariah's singing snippet she posted today? I did see it. I was happy about that.
Maybe he'll invite Taylor to this. That could be interesting.
Jeffrey, you know that I just finished recording vocals on a new song, so this forgetting to record a new music thing doesn't work anymore. Vocals are done for a new song. I just have one more song to do, and then the album will be complete. So stay tuned.
All right.
Maybe it'll be done around this time as LG7. We'll be neck to neck on the charts.
Oh, shit.
Who's going to win?
Well, what's going to be our listening party for the month of February, I guess?
It probably won't be February. Who knows when it'll be. But yeah, we'll all have time. We'll all make time.
We'll make time. We'll make time for you, Matt Palmer.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Thank you. That's so kind.
I am very kind.
I am very
What if
kind.
you were just like, oh, can we like listen to this? And I'll be like, ooh, our schedule
really
is
so swamped.
packed.
Which, speaking of, are you able to come here? Because you're coming here on Tuesday for a secret something.
Yeah.
Are you able to come here on Thursday for a Beyonce Lemonade watch party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that's what was the plan.
Yeah, it was. But I just, I'm reminding, and I should tell the people because I haven't posted on Patreon about it yet. But
Yeah.
Justice for Are You That Somebody? That's a great video. It was tough to pick. Really, the whole Black Panther album was an amazing piece of work. Speaking of the bracket video, Justice to Cool, even though you used the thumbnail for 4 in the Morning music video. Did you use the 4 in the Morning thumbnail and not the cool?
What does that mean?
Those are 2 different Gwen Stefani songs and music videos. I feel like you would have used the cool.
Sorry. I Googled Gwen Stefani because I was like, I want to get like the Vivo like image to go with music videos.
Yes.
And I Googled Gwen Stefani cool music video Vivo, and that popped up.
It's hard when the title of the song is cool.
See, I mean, I like before doing this bracket, I never saw the music video for Cool, and then I watched the music video for Cool, and I was kind of just like, don't know why this is the most people consider this the most memorable music video.
Cool. I told you.
Sorry, like to me, Holla Back Girl is her signature music video, but whatever.
Cool.
So maybe that goes to show that it went out when it needed to in the bracket.
Oh Lord. Yes, I'm going to be watching the debate Tuesday night. I'm sure Matt Steele will as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's what we will be doing at that time. And I mean, I'm excited for this one because I didn't watch the last one ever. That one was just something I heard about and I was like, oh.
It's just the first 15 minutes where you're just like, oh, and then it's fine.
Then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
Yeah. I love that it becomes fine.
Yeah. But I mean, it didn't become fine. It stayed like in the public's eye. It stayed rough. But then like Things got better.
Things got better.
Yeah.
Things are all getting better. Will you guys react to Gaga's new single next month? I'm sure we will.
Of course.
Are we talking about Cool, that awful song? Ooh, the song's not awful, Jeffrey.
No, the song is great. Please.
The song is great.
Break Free is Ariana's signature music video in my head. I don't think I've ever seen the Break Free.
I mean, all I know is she
video.
shoots rockets from her boobs, which I guess is, gay.
Okay.
Palmer, will you get Astrobot? It looks like your type of game. I've heard about it, but I think, isn't it on the PS5? Is it on the Switch? If it was on the Switch, absolutely, I would get it. But I'm not buying a PS5. Vote for muted or live mics. Wait, you mean for the what's it
Debate.
called? Debate. I was thinking for like a Britney Spears performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know Trump's team wanted the muted mics, and Kamala's team was just like, we want those mics on.
Let's do live.
Let's do live.
Let's do live. Whatever Kamala wants, I want.
I remember the first debate, we were just like, yes, mute those mics. But now we're just like, make those mics live.
Whatever Kamala wants is what I want.
Telephone. Yeah, I saw your comment, Christian, on the video where he agreed with me that Telephone is the signature Gaga video.
Jeff, that was a flop. Stefani, who's so angry about Cool? There was a war over J-Lo versus Miley in the Discord today, which seemed random because it's like these are two artists that aren't
Have
related.
nothing to do with each other. But
But J-Lo always is, up against artists that have nothing to do with her. So I guess it's her new normal. It's like J-Lo versus Mariah. It's like these two people have nothing to do with each other. Just like,
sure,
around at the same time we're out, like we're on the same label for a moment, but like musically, sonically, visually, nothing.
Steal one word to describe this week's Big Brother.
I guess that means you're still excited about the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to find if there's like one word to describe, because I would say still hits, but that's 2 words. Like, ooh, the live episode on Thursday. For the first half, you were kind of just like, is this going to be boring? And then the vote happened, and you were just like, no, it's going to be great.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see how it goes. Like, I'm excited to hear about it very quickly and understand nothing besides, the AI arena. That is all I'm getting from all of
the last week of the AI arena.
Oh, it was time.
It was time.
Yeah.
It was time, but damn it, it's going to be on every season from now on. They're probably just call it the arena, the Big Brother arena.
Do you think it's like just a big improvement?
Yes,
it
will be a staple on the show, like how in season 2, the head of household became a staple. Season 3, the power veto became a staple. Season 4, the jury house became a staple. Like, this will become a staple of the game.
When was the last staple that was created on the Big Brother season?
Like, staple in terms of the format of the game?
Yeah.
Since season 4 with the jury house.
That's kind of iconic.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's amazing.
Their staples have become a thing in terms of like little details, like have-nots or like certain games that are played or something like that, or like Zingbot or whatever. But in terms of the actual format of how the game is played, season 4 with the jury house, they tried to do that shit with the Battle of the fucking Block.
Didn't like that.
No one liked that.
If Cowboy Carter wasn't in the running for Album of the Year, who would y'all want to win? Oh, good question.
My playlist of Torture Poets.
Right. I mean,
my version, which is 13 tracks and 4 bonus tracks.
Right. I mean, yes, I guess Chappell is kind of the moment, even though I think
if Chappell's, we still will never establish if Chappell's eligible.
We won't. I assume yes, but I don't know. If Chappell is eligible,
Chappell's eligible. Chappell.
Even though the album's not perfect, she has room to grow.
No, but still, it's an exciting.
It's exciting.
Moment.
It's an exciting.
If we're talking like perfect albums, like that Billie album's pretty flawless.
It is.
Like that Billie album is so sophisticated and well done.
I haven't re-listened to it.
Neither have I.
Okay.
but in first listen, it's kind of just like this was seamless.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be angry if that won.
I was surprised Katy Perry was not included in the musical videos bracket. I can't even choose a signature music video by Katy. Have one of the best visuals, regardless of how her career is looking now.
I would say California Girls would.
We talked about it, and California Girls was probably the one. But there are only 16 slots.
I know, yeah, and I think in terms of like music videos that have impacted us, I would say "Are You That Somebody" or like "The Boy Is Mine," even though they're older.
Yes. Like a pair, obviously.
And Waterfalls,
They needed to be there. They needed to be there.
And it's like, you want to be a little unpredictable on these
exactly
things.
Uh-oh.
What happened on my computer?
I don't know.
Y'all can't see, but my computer that's like right over here where we use Swift Capture. This isn't an ad for Swift Capture, but we use an app called Swift Capture to capture the visuals. No, God.
There's been an issue.
Oh, I don't know what this is. Can y'all still hear us?
I hope they can hear. Oh. Okay, can you,
Can you
see us
see us
again?
now?
What happened
we're
there?
back. Oh, what a complete disaster this
I don't know.
is.
Let me double check. Okay, you keep talking.
All right, I'm gonna keep talking. What did that look like for all of you? Were all of you scared? Don't worry, we're here. Just listened to Chappell Roan album, and I'm like 50-50. Guess I was expecting more. Had to stop listening and come back, but still mad. Ooh, hot take, girl. Damn, no, you're back. Okay, we are going back and forth between being here and not.
Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. You know, we're using a lot of power.
Whatever, they heard us the whole time.
That's the thing.
That's
The
important.
audio
This
is the
a
most.
podcast.
It is a podcast. We can still hear you.
As
Great.
long as she can hear us, because we have stuff to say.
have
But we
things to
also
say.
look nice, and so it'd be nice if you could see us.
It would
too.
be nice. It would be nice. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I mean, it's hard. Did you watch Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice, Matt Steele did. It seems
We'll
like.
talk about it.
Well, it seems like it's gonna come up.
And I guess were you going to talk about for news for idiots as well, like in terms of how much money?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
We are getting bodied by the mask. Like,
I think
my chest hair hasn't all grown back from when they took me on set and pinned me down and shaved me.
I know it was a tough time for you.
Yeah. Hey, I was getting paid, so I would just be like, shave my whole body. I don't care.
That's funny. I'm guessing you're using an Elgato camera. I'm not. We're using the like the converter from the camera to the computers. Here is Elgato. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what it is.
Don't know nothing about that.
Imaginal Disc by Magdalena. Magdalena is the album of the year to me, alongside Brat and Cowboy Carter. Love Cowboy Carter. I haven't heard that other album, the Imaginal Disc. Jennifer Hudson is releasing a holiday album. I did see that. That's exciting.
Cool.
Yes. That Silent Night's not going to be so silent anymore.
Girl.
It's going to be a loud night.
Steele, have you been following reviews from the Venice Film Festival? Heard Honora and The Brutalist are great. Apparently The Brutalist is like a fucking masterpiece. And so that's exciting. I really liked that director's previous Vox Lux, the movie Vox Lux, and he released apparently like an over 3 hour like epic with an intermission
3 hour
movie called The Brutalist, starring like Adrian Brody and from Theory of Everything, Felicity Jones. Is that her? And it's apparently like everyone's just like, this is a masterpiece.
That's good.
So I'm excited about that.
That's very exciting.
I hope they keep the intermission. I hope they keep that intermission for theaters.
Oh my.
Steele, thoughts on the Tucker allegations? I have no idea what to make of them. Who knows what to believe when it comes to that stuff. For context, there was a moment on Big Brother a couple weeks ago where this girl, Chelsea, was crying and because apparently someone said something that was like offensive and people online were speculating that it was this girl, Leah. And so people were like, what problematic thing did Leah say?
Right.
But then a couple weeks go by, Tucker gets evicted, and some people were in the house like then saying it was Tucker that said something offensive. And then like Joseph got evicted, and it was just like, oh, Tucker like was not loved by everyone in the house. Like he was a pretty divisive person in the house. So people are kind of like, oh, was it Tucker that said these things that made Chelsea cry? So like, I don't know, guys. It's all just speculation.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, so I'm not going to dive too deep into that. Finally, Diego Calva has a follow-up project, and it's very gay. Oh, yeah, that was announced probably like a year ago. Apparently, him and Jacob Elordi are gay together in the movie.
That's great. Is he? I assume he's not a gay man either, Diego Calva?
No. Diego Calva, I believe, is a heterosexual. Although I don't know. Who knows? An intermission in a movie. Gosh, learn how to cut things. Hey, girl, we're going back to the way movies used to be. Back in the day, Lawrence of Arabia. That's how I'm your dog.
Why does this always happen on BB? I mean, because you're watching these people for like uninterrupted for so long. It would happen on other shows too.
Yes, everyone says something offensive at some point in their lives.
Right.
If y'all had to guess what your Spotify Wrapped will be, what would y'all guess?
I mean, Hot to Go is going to be up there for me.
In terms of artists, it'll either be Beyonce or Taylor. It might be Taylor just because remember earlier in the year I made that playlist for my friend who wanted to know more about Taylor Swift, and so I listened to all of her discography to be like, I need to pick like the best songs for my friend. So it'll probably be, and then Torture Poets Department is about like 12,000 tracks. So just listening to that album once makes it your number one listened artist.
I assume, I think every year, and I shouldn't say this because you never know what's going to happen this year, but I feel like every year my number one artist has been Mariah, but then the songs have differed.
Sure.
So yeah, I anticipate it'll be Hot to Go song-wise and Mariah Carey artist-wise.
I don't know what it would be song-wise for me. Just because Cowboy Carter, I've always only listened to all the way through the whole album.
Yes.
Like I'm not at a point where I'm just like going from song to song because I like the transition and the journeys and everything. So it might be like American Requiem, just because I've started the album so many times.
Right.
It's like how in Renaissance Year, I'm That Girl was like my number 5 or something.
Right.
I'm like, this is not one of my top songs.
Right. I luckily generally started that album with Cozy, so Cozy was up there for me. I think all top of 5 for me that year were Renaissance, though.
Sure.
Gosh,
Tracks.
what an album.
Yeah.
Beyonce and Charlie are fighting for my album of the year, and Remy Wolf is waiting for The Kill. The Kill Steal. Okay. My number 1 song might be Distance by Normani, a great song.
Oh, that is a great song.
Absolutely a great song.
Cowboy Carter's opening, Undefeated.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
Yeah.
How are you guys dealing with this heat wave? It is too much for me right now. It's just the AC is going a lot more than it usually does in my home, and I'm excited for it all to break. I think it's Thursday is when it stops going up to 100 and stuff.
I heard Tuesday, but you never know.
Tuesday would be great.
I live on the west side, so like it's hot, like it's very hot, but like I can't say I'm like, oh, this is unbearable for me because it's a little breezier where I am. The ocean, the wind. The free spirit.
It was just in your apartment. It wasn't like pleasant.
It wasn't pleasant, but like in the summer, my apartment
it's not.
Like at night, my apartment gets kind of hot.
Oh, okay.
But no more so than like a previous summer.
It also is like it would be so much worse if you were at the apartment we were in.
The old apartment
that
we were
apartment
in from 2014 to 2019, from 5 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock at night during the summer.
Dreadful.
It was.
It was a sauna.
A nightmare.
An absolute
We had
nightmare.
a giant AC thing that you bought.
I did.
It was a giant thing that just chilled in our living room.
And it was like, during those times, all you could do is just sit by it.
I know.
That was tough. Look, we've done our shitty apartment eras, and I'm glad we both have nice places now.
Yeah. That apartment wasn't shitty.
It wasn't shitty. It was just too hot. It was just too hot.
It was just hot.
It was just too hot.
Yeah. I think the closest we are getting to a B live performance this year is her dancing to Love on Top at that wedding. That was cute.
I didn't even watch it.
Oh yeah, her assistant got married.
I heard
was
about
there,
that. Yeah,
and they were dancing to Love on Top.
Oh,
together.
that's very cute.
Yeah,
that's very cute.
Yeah, and I feel like, and there were a lot of guys nearby, so I imagine they were just like Beyonce's bodyguards, just like
don't do anything crazy. All of you other people at this wedding.
Could you imagine going to a wedding?
I know. It also is like, if you are friends with Beyonce, like, do you invite her to the wedding? Because like, guess who's getting all the attention? Because it's not going to be
I
you,
know.
babe.
I know.
I guess if you're that close with her, of course you would.
Of course. But and it's wonderful that like Beyonce went.
Of course, it's lovely. But it's like, maybe we can just go to dinner. Oh God! Do you think Beyonce would downsize from stadiums to arena? Why should she? She's selling up those stadiums.
Arenas, please.
Why should she?
Who do you think she is?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's in a different spot in his career than Beyonce is in her career. So,
and Beyonce she's not going to do anything unless it's better than the previous.
Right.
Like if she is at a point in her career where like her popularity has dipped, she will just never do another tour again, as opposed to scaling down to an arena.
Right. Or maybe she just does a very short stadium tour. So like there are 4 stops.
Yeah.
And all you people, if you want to see her, you better travel to that stadium.
Hey, Spice Girls, they were just like, we're doing 10 shows.
I lived in the attic of an old Victorian mansion with no AC my senior year at USC downtown. And that summer was the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was also the first summer of the pandemic. Ooh, that is rough. Rough timing. If you got married and you could have anyone perform at your wedding, who would it be? I mean, Mariah. But I mean, Kelly Clarkson would do a bang up job as far as like, I want you to sing songs by other artists. Like if we wanted like a cover, like then obviously Kelly. But if we could just get Mariah to sing all of what? All of Butterfly in full. Not even that it's like a very like marriagey album. She's having divorce. But there's some passion.
There's some passion.
There's some passion.
I don't care about music at weddings.
Oh.
Is that weird?
I mean, if the choice was like a cover band or a DJ, I would choose a DJ, like for like the main part of the dancing. But I care. I mean, I need certain songs to be played at said wedding.
See, honestly, if I had my way, I would have no music at my wedding.
What?
I think
no.
I hate music at parties. I hate music. You know, I hate background music. You know, I hate a music in a car like situation when I'm trying to talk to someone.
But even,
I hate music in a restaurant.
But it's not even like, oh wow, the ceremony's happening. But like,
of course,
what if there's a like, even though you hate dancing, what if all of your friends?
I know that's why I have to have music.
Yes.
I'm not a fool. Like I know I have to have music. But if like the wedding was exactly what I wanted, only for myself, I would love if it was just like we just have dinner and talk, hang out. Like that's what I want at my fucking wedding.
Wow.
Dancing, ugh. Then the attention's not on me.
It is. You could be dancing too, and everyone can be cheering you on.
I don't want to do that. You know I don't like that.
Oh my God. No music at a wedding. What? I know, Jeffrey.
To me, background music is like insufferable. Like, because it's all I can hear is music, and I can't hear the person next to me.
But it's also like when people are talking about music at a wedding, they're generally talking about dancing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That is such a hot take, Steele. This is your worst take yet. Ooh, people are.
Well, yeah, but like also dancing, but people are often sitting when dancing's happening, sitting, you know, talking to each other.
Sure.
Like not everyone is on the dance
Yeah.
floor. Yeah. So, and I find that very distracting, annoying.
Wow. Not making friends in the chat, I've got to tell you.
Literally, no one here except my mother's going to my wedding. So,
I'll be going.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
you're here. You're
I
not
am
there.
here. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Matt still hates music.
Sorry. Hate to break it to y'all.
A charades wedding.
Oh, well, I mean, if I had to choose between music or games.
I want to see this non-music wedding play out. I'm sure your future husband's going to be like, I love some songs.
And I'd be like, okay.
Yes, we love compromise.
Yeah.
That's how
relationships
it
work.
It really is. It really is. Steele is 30s going on 70. Hey, but the thing is, if you've been watching Matt Steele long enough, this isn't a surprise.
No,
He said this before. This has come up before.
Also, I don't think it's like an age thing. Like, I feel like my idea is kind of new and hip. No music at a wedding.
I don't know that, but
it's edgy.
I don't know that it's edgy.
Having no music at a wedding is edgier than like doing what everyone else does and having music at your wedding.
Right, but like it doesn't make you seem edgy. It makes you seem like creepy or crazy. Like it's like when people say I hate music. It's like
no, I love music.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I love music so much that when music is on, I want to pay attention to it.
Right, but you don't want to dance to it.
I want to dance to it like if I feel like I'm performing. Okay. I don't want to like dance to it for too long, like when there's no purpose to dance to it. Like I like just like having fun with friends. We're being whatever. It's like, oh, I'd rather talk.
I hear you.
You know,
I
can do like a dancing with friends for like 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes.
I think that I'll understand. I understand your point of view. It's not edgy. It's not like a fresh take. It's not like, oh, wow, so cool.
I would say it's the freshest take any of these people have heard in a long time.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's almost as bad as, worse than Jeff saying that J-Lo had more hits than Miley.
What about music during the... Oh, of course, music during the ceremony. That is a show.
Oh.
We're putting on a show for the ceremony, ladies and gentlemen.
Is the ceremony not about you and your husband-to-be?
No, but like it's a production. Like the ceremonies, and that's why at weddings I always prefer the ceremony to the reception.
I mean, I need the ceremony to just not be so long. Like a short ceremony is fine.
Give me a long Catholic ass ceremony when
No.
there's like a whole mass and a bunch of prayers and like all this shit. I love a whole thing.
Hey, my favorite thing was I did go to a Catholic wedding, but only one of the married people was Catholic, so they couldn't do a full
so they
mass.
didn't have a full
And I was
mass.
like, yes! He converted after, they were married for a minute, but oh no, Isaac's no longer voting for Palmer Steele 2024.
Oh no.
Now Steele is a pick-me. I don't think that's a pick-me take. Pick-me takes are like things
trying to
people want to hear.
Yeah, I'm trying to like
things that people
like when
are
you try
excited
to
about.
appease people.
Right, no, he's the opposite.
Yeah, no, girl.
It's like he wants us to throw tomatoes at the next live show. Hey, only at him.
I mean, that would be kind of fun.
No! Do not because I'll be wearing something cute. Matt Steele will be wearing something like,
They're not throwing them at you. They're throwing them at like.
I know, but I'm next to you. What if I get splashed?
Oh, you're inviting yourself into my party.
No, sweetie, this is at the next live show, not at your wedding.
Oh, the next live show. Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were talking about my wedding.
No. Don't throw tomatoes at Matt Steele's wedding either.
No, I think, but like if it was like a fun show, I don't know.
It was like planned.
If it was like a planned thing.
This is the tomato throwing.
Yeah.
You also don't you want a petting? Like your wedding's gonna be.
My wedding's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff.
I feel like the man you marry is gonna really temper this wedding down, and it will be like something more palatable for more people, which will be exciting. I hope
we'll
so.
see. I
hope
like
so.
an adventurous guy. You know, I like a guy who likes adventure.
Sure. Yes. I mean, I guess smoking's an adventure. So yeah, you do like that.
That's like all Matt Palmer like knows about. Like
that's
it's just like my ex-boyfriend smoked.
That's the through line. It's like so many of them have smoked. I've met ones that have smoked.
No.
Well, that's the through line. Oh, good. We're getting tomatoes here. Steele, you cut your hair. It's true.
I agree, Matt Steele, that I don't like background music during conversations. It's too hard to focus in here. All I hear is music.
I mean, it depends on how loud the music is. I think it's worse when the music's so soft and people are like, oh, I love this song. I was like, I can't hear that. That music's too soft.
It's the same as like dancing. Like if I am like at a club or something and like there's dancing happening and there's giant TV screens of the music videos, I'm just like,
oh, I love that though.
The whole time. I just
love
stand
that,
there
though.
and just watch the music
I know,
videos.
so do I.
Yeah.
That's great.
But then like I can't even dance.
But
like,
would you rather be
watching.
dancing or watching the music video is the question.
Just sitting there watching the music video.
Well, then you're doing it right.
Yeah, but then like I'm on the dance floor standing there like an idiot.
Oh no, East Awesome doesn't smoke. So you guys can't be together.
Well, no, the goal is always like, hi, please quit smoking. Like that's always the goal for me. And they don't.
Silent disco at the wedding would fix the problem. I've been to a wedding like that. And it was fine. It was because it was like, oh, you can pick your channel of what you're listening to, and some people listen to one thing and some people listen to something else. It's cute.
Angela Bassett won an Emmy yesterday. Now she just needs a Tony and Grammy.
Does she have an Oscar?
She has an honorary Oscar. Are we counting that?
I love Angela Bassett, and she deserved an Oscar the year she was nominated. I think she's nominated for Black Panther. She's like excellent in Black Panther.
Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah.
Well, and what's love got to do with it? Different thing.
But you
Wakanda
know what
Forever.
I'm talking about. Yes. And yeah, I think she deserved that Oscar. Do I think that one counts?
Does it count as an EGOT? I don't know.
I don't think so. Which is not her fault, but it doesn't count. My least favorite people is riding with people who play music so softly. Like the car is volume is 3, but the song is a bop. I mean, if we're in the car and we're not trying to talk, let's get some music going. Let's pop it up. Hot to go. It's
but
not
then
being
people
played.
start trying to talk
Over them. Why would you? Well, if you're not talking.
Oh, especially if I'm in the back seat, I'm fucked. I'm like, I can't hear anything.
Well, that's
happening.
okay.
Yeah.
Someone's driving you somewhere, just say thank you.
Yeah.
And you know, whatever they want to do, I'm into that.
Steele meets a guy and says, I can change him. No, I can fix him. No, really, I can.
It really worked out for her.
Let me tell you guys, there's a reason why But Daddy, I Love Him is my song of the year.
I mean, But Daddy, I Love Him's excellent.
Well, of course,
That's
but there's
piece
a
of
reason why
music.
I dance around to that in my bedroom.
Yes, but lost to Jamie Lee Curtis and Halloween. It wasn't Halloween.
Halloween
It was.
six.
I think that's hilarious. Though. It was
Everything,
Everywhere All at Once, which she was in.
She's honestly iconic in that movie. The fucking image of her, but let's get real. Dolly De Leon.
Oh, right. You do love
Triangle
that.
of Sadness.
Did Triangle of Sadness win anything that year?
It didn't win anything. It was nominated
That's good.
for a couple Oscars. It won the Palme d'Or though.
Okay,
Cannes.
before we start, I have an idea, but I'm like, is this a good idea or a bad one?
Oh no.
Should I turn up the AC so it doesn't come on? Because maybe that was affecting the camera going out. Like, could that have been like there was too much power going through our home?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh God! But then we're gonna be sweating, guys. The things we do for you.
I mean, is the AC on?
It's not. I mean, it's not on, but it will be. Right now, we're at 75, and
Okay.
it's gonna go to above 75. We might move it up to like 78.
Okay. This is up to you. It's between you and the Lord.
I'm not thrilled about it.
Okay.
But I care about quality, and so that's what we're doing. We're doing quality.
Luckily, my hair is short, so
if it droops.
Oh,
But
you know,
what about my hair?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You'll get the beads of sweat on your head,
That's
and they'll just
true.
roll down.
I do look good when I'm like a little wet, so.
Me wet. None of you
Not
will
a good
ever
look.
see. Stephanie
she
Shu.
definitely said lines. Oh, Stephanie Shu. No, she was nominated as well, right?
She was nominated.
Oh, good for
Stephanie
her.
Shu, Carrie Condon, Banshees of Inisherin.
I didn't see
fucking
that.
excellent. She was so excellent in that movie.
We're about to witness an exorcism. A Marvel movie winning an acting Oscar is a tough ask. I understand that, but she deserved it, and also she should have gotten it for What Love, got to do with it. People love her in that.
Listen, she's fucking brilliant in What Love Got to Do with It, but let's not discredit Holly Hunter's win for the piano.
I don't know any piano.
Let's not discredit that win.
I haven't seen
it. It was a competitive year, okay?
Okay, all right, but I'm just saying I want good things for Angela.
I'm not a fan of people being like absolute, like, oh, she was so robbed for What's Love Got to Do with It, and it's like, whoa. Let's not forget Holly Hunter, one of the best wins in leading actress. I would say in like the top third of like winners.
That's not one of the best.
I would say that's like one of the best.
I wouldn't call that one of the best. I'd say how many wins? How many times has that award been given out?
To separate women. Oh,
Someone's who's
FaceTiming me? I have no clue.
Decline it.
Oh, it's my friend. Girl, if y'all don't shut the fuck up.
Should we answer? Let's answer.
Yeah.
Hi, we're recording the podcast. Literally, we're on stream.
We're on stream
right now.
Look at my friends, guys.
Oh, I don't know. We're really swamped.
These are my friends. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Bye. All right, bye. Love you.
Bye, Bridges. Bye, Fernando. Wow.
So the reason why it like made a loud noise was because my phone was plugged in being charged and was connected to the whole system. So everything just went blah.
I can't believe they should know what time you're going live.
They don't know shit. They don't listen to the 2 Game ads.
Matt Bridges has been on 2 Game ads.
They're just my best friends, guys. They don't know nothing about this show.
That's the thing. It's honestly very rare that friends of mine listen to the show. Sometimes I hear Jackson like while he's doing his laundry listening. I was like, is that me? Like, why am I playing from your pocket right now?
Yeah, and it's fun because they were just like, because we're trying to figure out what we want to do for like Thanksgiving, if we want to do any Thanksgiving plans.
Yes.
And so they were just like, when are we free to talk? And I'm like, anytime before 6:30. And so when do they fucking FaceTime me?
7:07.
Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious. Okay. Should we get started with the podcast for real?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's hope the camera stays on. We might be sweating by the end, girlies. I can't believe they called. That's so funny.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Ooh, we just had a crazy live call-in on the podcast. My friends, Fernando and Matt Bridges, we were like, let's talk to each other and try to figure out if we're having any Thanksgiving plans, if we want to go somewhere, blah, 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 together, because it's around my friend Fernando's birthday. And so I said, okay, FaceTime me anytime before 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday. When do they try to FaceTime me? 7 o'clock p.m. Sunday night, when we're live streaming, right before we're about to go live. And my phone is also plugged into the system because it's charging. So all of the monitors just went.
It was very loud.
Yeah.
And it was just like, guys, you should know, since you're Matt Steele's best friends, the time in which we record this podcast every single week. But alas.
They don't listen to this shit.
Which is, the thing is, that we can talk a lot of shit about them. Matt Bridges. Oh, no, I met his dog the other week. It was so cute.
I know.
That's not shit talking. Wait, can I think
we're not shit talking the dog. We're shit talking him.
No, I know, but me saying nice things about his dog isn't shit talking Matt Bridges. Like, I gotta think something bad about him. Like, he's
gay.
Yeah, gay. That's the worst thing about Matt Bridges. Gay. Oh, God. Okay, let's do an ad.
Okay.
I want gay best friends. I mean, having gay friends is very fun. Jackson is having a parasocial relationship with Palmer. What if, he was just a big fan and, I didn't know him? He's like, he says we're in a relationship, but never met. Never met.
Never. I love how we're, silent for the
I know,
ad, even though we don't see it. We're like, everyone's waiting for us to come
everyone's
back.
so waiting.
Yeah. What did I do this week?
I don't know, girl. What did you do?
I don't even know. Oh, God, I don't know.
I had a busy weekend, so I'll be able to speak to that.
Sure.
But we'll see. Oh, wait, did the ad even go? Did anyone see an ad?
Did anyone get an ad?
I'll click it again just to be safe.
Oh, give them some people 2 ads, I guess.
I don't know if the ad went. Usually we see the ad. I don't have fucking YouTube Premium or whatever.
Okay, let us know if you saw that.
If you did, you didn't. Who knows? But yeah, no, I have some stuff to say.
Okay.
About, things we did because it's been leading up to Jackson's birthday, and so it's been a lot of doing things for birthday.
I completely missed that.
It's Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was the 2nd.
No, it's the 10th.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Oh, my friend Alexis is the second.
Oh, okay. No one's seeing the commercial. So maybe the ads aren't working. We're going to see it. Okay, it didn't work. So send us money. Become patrons. Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
I'll start. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Two Gay Mats, the podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And we had a very hot week, I will say.
Absolutely,
hot,
we did.
Steamy, full of life, full of sweat. Not as much sweat for me because I live on the west side of Los Angeles, where I'm near the ocean and the free thinkers, the breezy people, the surfers and everything. And so, like, it was much cooler where I was.
Okay.
So I just had, like, a regular hot September week, but Matt Palmer living elsewhere in LA, where it was a little warmer. Can you tell us about your week, Matt Palmer?
I mean, it was definitely in the hundreds for many days. It is still, I believe now we're at 95 degrees, and it's again 7:10 p.m. So it's been a hot one, but again, we've had the AC going. This new apartment that I've been in for, I guess not new, it's been 3 years now, has central air conditioning, which is very lucky, very exciting for me, because for times like this, it's like, oh no, I'm not one to swelter. I'm sensitive about a lot of things, but mostly the temperature. I have a 10-degree window where I'm comfortable. It's between 70 and 79. And so 101 is very far above that. And if we were in like New York and it was like cold in times, it was like in the 30s, I couldn't handle that either.
What about 69?
69 is just a little chilly.
69 is nice.
I need a little jacket.
Oh, just a little jacket.
Not
a big jacket.
Not a big jacket. If it's like 63, big jacket.
Oh, big jacket for 63.
No, I'm very sensitive to temperature.
I run very cold as a person, but like even I'm like fine. And
no, I don't. And the thing is, I don't really run hot or cold. I just like am uncomfortable quickly when the temperature's outside of my.
Oh God, are you one of those fucking people who like if the second they're uncomfortable, they have to my ex-boyfriend. Listen,
okay,
we love everyone. I wish him well, but like he was one of those people who like if we would go outside,
yes,
and he would put on like a coat because it would be cold out or something
right.
like that. This was in New York, and then like we would maybe like go to like in the subway for like a second, and then he would just get the tiniest little bit warm, and like the second he would get the tiniest little bit warm, he couldn't handle it, and he would have to like rip his coat off and like put it in his backpack and like do all these things to accommodate just like the tiny little bit of heat he would feel. And I'm like, babe, we're about to like be back outside in 5 minutes, like you can't be a little uncomfortable for 5 minutes.
I've never agreed with your ex-boyfriend on anything.
Wow.
I'm with him. He's right. And we should say it. Like, I feel like quality of life is a big thing for me. Hence why I like things nice. I'm a Taurus. And so my comfort comes first.
Well,
and
Kevin was a Gemini like me.
What's his name? I thought we wouldn't
Oh,
say
Kevin
that.
knows. Kevin, listen, Kevin, I love you. I love
Lord
you're doing
Jesus,
well.
I didn't know we were saying names.
There are
like
5,000 Kevins in the world.
Taylor Swift Speak Now era. She's naming names. D.E. or John.
Listen, I'm not saying anything bad about him. I love him to bits. I hope he's doing well.
Love him to bits.
Love him to bits. He's a big part of my life.
All right.
Oh, listen. Listen, I dated him like over like a decade and a half ago.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We can love him to bits.
The people I dated over a decade and a half ago, some of them I couldn't think of their last names. Truly, there are some people I've been on, like dated for like 6 months. I'm like, oh, I think it starts with an A. Like the past is in the past.
Well, listen, if there's one thing you know about me, it is that I remember everything about everybody and everyone is a part of my life for fucking ever. That's like on my Hinge profile. It says like something that you're very good at.
Yeah.
And the thing I wrote down was like keeping in touch with every person in my life, and like when I talk to them later on in life, I remind them of things about their lives that they don't even remember themselves.
Right.
Yeah. So like I guarantee you, if I were to talk to Kevin, he would just be like, "Oh, I did do that, didn't I?"
I mean, I have like fleeting memories of them. Like I could pick them out of lineups.
Fleeting memories.
I could give them like first names, absolutely.
Fleeting memories is like when you were like 3.
No, I mean for those people, I remember that one guy who gave weed to his dog. I'll never forget that because like you gave a weed to
I
that
remember
dog.
when you dated that guy.
I was shocked. That I will never forget.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then of course I remember a lot of what happened on that Wiccan date. But like, yeah, so it depends on like if they really pop.
The date with the Wiccan, that's a classic.
That's one one I'll never forget. That was quite a moment in time.
Yeah.
But Matt Steele, besides our ex-boyfriends, how was your week?
My week was good.
Yes.
I worked a bit. I don't know. I'm trying to like finally like hang the final things like on my bedroom wall that I've like been meaning to hang for about 3 years.
It happens
now, and so I'm finally like telling myself it will happen this week. I saw our friend Matt Bridges, who just FaceTimed us, that because he was in town with his boyfriend Rudy, and they just got a new dog, so I got to meet the dog.
Oh, isn't that dog cute?
A very like calm.
I know,
like a very even-tempered like dog.
And I was thinking the dog was a puppy because he looks so good, but the dog's like 6 years old.
Yeah, the dog's 6, which I feel like is the time in puppy land where it's like the puppy starts to calm down.
Yes, which is great.
Like they become an adult.
Yes,
they're a woman now, Dina. And so Boogie was very much a woman now, and so that was really fun.
Yeah,
I don't know. What else did you do?
Well, this weekend.
Oh, and this weekend, yeah.
Yes, this weekend.
We did something together.
We did something together, which I'll get to. But on Friday, we went to see the Dodgers, Jackson and I, and 8 of our friends, because Jackson's birthday is Tuesday. So happy birthday to Jackson.
Happy birthday, Jackson.
And so, Tuesday is not only is it in the middle of the week, but it's also the night of the debate. And so we kind of just want to like stay home and like watch the debate. I think
happy birthday, Jackson.
Exactly. But I have additional gifts to give him, so the day itself feels a bit special. But a lot of the celebration happened this weekend. The first thing he wanted to do was go see the Dodgers play, and it was really good, really fun. It was, a bit hot, but we were there, as the sun was setting. So it was hot, but like when the sun's not in your face like that on the West Coast, it's not as bad. Like if I was in Atlanta and it was nighttime after a 100-degree day, it would be just as hot.
Yeah, in
when
Jersey,
the sun was fully set.
when I went back home to Jersey in July to like visit my family and everything, I was reminded. I was just like, oh, the heat here definitely feels different.
Right. It's like, so standing in the shade does nothing.
It's crazy how all my life when I was a kid, I always heard people talk about the shade, the shade, the shade. And I was a little kid. I was just like, I'm sitting in the shade, and like it feels the exact damn same.
Right.
But then when I moved to Los Angeles in 2012, I remember getting in the shade and being like, what the hell? This is like a shield. It's like base when you're playing tag. It's just like, this is like base, but like for life. Like you are protected here.
I know. And I love that protection. So that was a good thing about that very hot day that we saw the Dodgers. They unfortunately didn't win, but we did see Shohei Ohtani hit a home run. He is the very famous 6'5" player from, I think he's from Japan, and he's new to the Dodgers, and he both hits and pitches. He's not pitching this season, but he's kind of like the most famous person in the baseball league. What's the baseball league called?
The MLB.
Yes, tell him. Look at you, Mask.
And Major League. What?
Baseball. Mask Steel over here.
I love a league of their own.
You do. That is true. And so that was exciting to see someone who's going to be a legend one day. And we also had our friend Griffin, who's a child. And his friend John, Jackson's friend John, has a kid who's 12 years old. And we've hung out with him before. And they came to the baseball game because he's a big baseball fan. And he slept over. And so that was very fun. And we played video games. I, of course, didn't let him win because, I think it's good to learn about, trying to get better at your craft in video games and in life. So
sure, you're like a head of, you're a military father.
Very much a military father.
You're like, no, you got to earn this, kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that was very fun. And then Saturday night, we went to our friend Rory, who has been a co-host of this podcast. Rory had a comedy show. It was a taping of his special, like a 30-minute special. He taped about 45 minutes. He had 3 incredible openers, and it was so fun and incredible to be in the crowd cheering him on. It's just he clearly had put so much work and time into this. Like, we've done live shows, but again, this is all just, we're improvising, we're chit-chatting. It's so low stakes. With him, it's like, we're crafting the joke. Here is how the punchline begins, how it ends. It just was like a feat, and I'm so proud of him, and I'm so glad it went so well, and I can't wait to see the footage.
I know, to do a set for as long as he did, it's so impressive.
Yes.
Like that, the reason why people are always like, oh, Matt Steele, you should do stand-up comedy. I'm just like, I gotta memorize all that.
But you have such a memory.
I do have a memory of everything every person in my life has ever done.
Yes.
But, sometimes when it comes to like actual dialogue, I can ramble. I can lose my train of thought, especially if something exciting is happening.
We've heard.
Yes, y'all have heard me talk on this podcast. I'm not the most like articulate human being on the planet when I'm just off the cuff. But so that is a lot of pressure, and executed it flawlessly.
It was really a joy to see him. It was just like he was at the top of his game. So, cheers to Rory. I love that we're celebrating all of the people in our lives.
Our artist friends.
Absolutely. So many artists. And then today we went over to Jackson's family's house. His parents live close by. And so we had kind of like a family birthday party. We got into the pool. And again, it was 101. So it was nice to be in the pool for a bit. Came home, cut my hair, took a shower, and, joined this recording session with you, Matt
Join
Steele.
this thing, whatever this is.
Whatever this is that we're doing, we are currently doing it.
Yeah.
And okay, should we jump into the news radius?
Please, God,
Okay,
yes.
let's do it. So first news that we have to do is more sports news. I can't believe after the MLB talk,
MLB, baby.
we're going to jump into football, the NFL.
NFL.
And the news that we care about is that Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show next year. This is clearly a giant year for Kendrick. He has been a big star for like a decade now, but between like Not Like Us being one of the songs of the summer and now this Super Bowl halftime show performance being announced, it's just like, wow, what a breakthrough moment for this person who, like, for so many Grammy Award performances, like we would watch the whole Grammys, watching for mostly like Beyonce, but then, and like there'd be other performances, everyone would do a fine job, and then Kendrick would get on stage and it's like, you, sir,
I know,
are a performer.
Because, like, the Two Gay Mats, we very much love music and everything, but like we can't say that we know much about rap.
Right.
Like you can recognize when someone's like talented,
Right,
and
but
everything.
it's not like our wheelhouse.
It's not like our wheelhouse. Like, and so, but I distinctly remember the first time seeing him perform live. It was the Grammys, like the 2014 Grammys with Imagine Dragons, and I just remember being like, holy fucking shit.
I know.
This guy is talented.
He
like
puts
in
on.
terms of just, and I'm, as a rapper, obviously, and a writer, talented, obviously, as well. But performance wise, it's like when I can't think of a rapper, I'm just like, oh, that has this level of like showmanship
Yes.
in his performance style. In terms of just like, not even in like technical aspects of like what is actually happening like on the stage, just like in sheer energy and
Yes.
passion in him doing like what he's doing, like just an excellent performer.
Right. So I cannot wait. I think it's going to be outstanding. And yeah, not many people alive can put on a show like he can. And if we're talking about a hip hop artist and a man in this way, we're fucking right. Like,
Yes.
you should go, if you've not seen his Grammy performances, go Google them and like watch your mind be blown. And again, this is just speaking to him as a performer, not as a lyricist, an artist. Like, this is a person who I believe, did he win a Pulitzer? Like, this man has won like very real awards before. Let me look up.
You know what? That doesn't sound the most incorrect, but
Right?
if he hasn't, give him one.
I'm going to look it up.
Why not?
Has he won it? Let's see.
Rappers who've won Pulitzers.
Pulitzer Prize, Music
Kendrick
Prize,
Lamar.
2018 for Damn. So I love that he and Next to Normal have that in common.
And rappers who've won Pulitzers, Kendrick Lamar and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes. I don't know if Kendrick would love to be in the same category as Lin, but
Why
yes,
not?
both incredible writers, artists, and we love that for them.
We love that.
Yes. And also, bad news for Drake. Like, this is like maybe Drake should take a little bit of a break, because after Not Like Us has become so big, and like, of course, I feel like we're gonna just have the whole, like, how many eyes are gonna be on this performance, and of course it's gonna finish with Not Like Us. I just, like, it would be so tough if like this artist that you're beefing with, their biggest song is truly their response to you and about how bad of a person they think you are and how they think you do things that are very bad that I won't get into because it's a light podcast. It's just like Drake should, take a couple years off.
Oh, and surprise, this song is about to have the largest platform it could possibly have in the world.
Right. So
in February. So, I'm wishing everyone the best.
Yes.
I'm just going to enjoy the show. I completely forget what that beef was about. But I remember it happening.
I remember it taking a quick turn. I think initially it was about like Drake or someone talking about who the greatest rapper of all time is.
Yeah.
And then it became about like family dynamics.
Yes, I remember it started off with Kendrick being like, "Oh, I'm one of the greats," and then he wasn't he like he just brought up Drake's name, sort of being like, I'm like this rapper and this rapper,
right,
and Drake,
but I'm better.
But I'm better. That's
like,
what you do. But he was also naming other rappers. It wasn't
Right.
like it was a thing directly pointed to only Drake.
No, it wasn't.
And then Drake
Took it
took it personally.
Yes, and then then Kendrick came back with some harsh allegations that have not been completely proven false. So it's just like there's a cloud of suspicion about the Drake camp these days.
Yeah.
So a couple of years off would be lovely.
Kind of weird things to take personally. It's like, you know how many like very annoying, mean comments we get in our comment section when we literally just like say, oh, Thank You Next is Ariana Grande's signature music video and not some other music video.
Right.
People say mean things to us and we don't take it personally.
We don't.
We
Sometimes
laugh
I'll mute
about
the
it.
comment, but then I'll go about my day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough day for Drake, but a great day for Kendrick and a great day for all of us because we're going to put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. And football.
Oh yeah, also football. Also football. If
I
you're
don't
a
know
fan
what to
of
say
that,
about football, but football.
I hope that everyone stays safe. And Taylor was in the stands.
She was in the stands.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be. Maybe the red team will win.
Chiefs.
Will be in the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl this year.
They're not going to change the name of that football team. Because it's the Guardians now. I think they used to be in baseball. The Dodgers were playing the Guardians, and I believe they used to be the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
It might be time to change.
Did the
Chiefs.
Redskins change their name yet? Yes, they did a few years
They
ago.
must have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they change their name to?
I don't know.
You
Come
know,
on, we can only dip so far into the sports
my dad
talk.
better not be listening to this podcast because he is a big
Really?
red whatever that team name is now.
Google
like
it, see what it is,
Okay,
and I'll talk
he'll
about
be,
something.
And he'll be like, son, I know you don't care about football, but this is important.
Right,
to
like
me.
please know this. From one Super Bowl halftime performer to another, Miss Lady Gaga, Stephanie Germanotta, is dropping the first single off of her new album next month in October, and the new album is scheduled to be released in February of 2025. This came out from first, I think the single date came out from a post that she put on her Instagram, but the date of the album release is coming from an interview that she did with Vogue, and she talks about how her fiance, Michael something or other, was the person who was like, I love you, babe. You need to make another fucking pop album. And to that, I say, when we talk about being a fucking ally, this is what we mean.
Yes,
if
thank
you're
you.
a straight man in Lady Gaga's life and all you did was tell her, hey, bitch, remember Bad Romance? The girls want that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, that does a lot for us as a people. And, like, that is allyship in action. And to that man, I salute you. Best straight of the week.
You saved lives, Mr. Straight.
You really did.
You saved lives with that
babe,
one
if
comment.
it was Cheek to Cheek 3 featuring Bruno Mars, we wouldn't be listening. I wouldn't be listening. I'm sorry. It's true.
Sure.
Who are they?
They ended the name Redskins in 2019.
Good.
Became the Washington football team.
Oh.
2020 to 2021. We could have gotten more creative, but they were spending.
They were still thinking.
They were still thinking, and in 2022 they landed on Washington Commanders.
Ooh, I like Commanders.
Commanders is fun. I like a nice command.
And it's like a kind of a Kelly Rowland reference. She had a great dance single called Commander back in 2009, 2010. And so maybe it's a reference
It's after
to
that.
I think it's after that.
The DC team named after the Kelly Rowland song.
And DC, Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
Guys!
Oh my God.
I literally just figured out the NFL right fucking now. And the NFL's about Kelly Rowland.
Football.
All right, should we go next?
Yes.
Thank you, Gaga, for coming back to pop. We're excited to have you. And she was talking about how she looks at the girls like Charlie XCX, Chappell Roan, Taylor Swift, Kesha, Billie Eilish. I really love them. I go on the internet and cry. I love Taylor Swift too and Kesha. I watch it all and I'm like, yep, go, just go. Hear her voice cracks. I believe she begins to cry again.
Yes, and you want to know who we want to hear go? Lady Gaga.
Exactly.
Go, Lady Gaga, go.
And it also is nice to see now that she is kind of at that upper echelon. It's nice to see that she is giving the young pop girls the kind of love that maybe she would have wanted from a Madonna that she did not receive. But I think they're cool now. So that's good. But I like that that's the kind of artist that she is. So thank you, Gaga, for coming back to pop.
She's always been very supportive of other artists.
Beyond.
Yeah.
I also, speaking of Billboard and music coming out, Sabrina Carpenter officially reached #1 last week. It was neck and neck between her and Travis Scott. Apparently, they both were releasing digital-only editions and bonus tracks, trying to inch each other out for #1. And I believe Sabrina had the lead for just about 1,000 copies. So they truly were neck and neck.
Oh, wow.
Travis Scott's label is currently disputing with Billboard about saying that Sabrina Carpenter's #1 was invalid. In a letter obtained by the outlet, Cactus Jack Records reached out to representatives for Billboard and Illuminate and alleged that the process behind this week's albums chart was unreliable and incomplete. The label focused on a portion of sales Cactus Jack claimed were not included in Days Before Rodeo's final number, which I guess is Travis Scott's album, which could have pushed it to #1. And it's like, guys, as a Mariah Carey fan, I love charts as much as the next gay. this doesn't mean anything. Like, it's a cool and cute little thing to be like, oh yeah, I went number one.
Yeah.
But like, your album still sold like over 360,000 copies.
Yes.
It's a success by any metric. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Sabrina's been at this for a fucking, 20 years. It feels like 6 albums.
Yeah.
Let her have her moment. And apparently she's going to be number one next week. I'm excited for her. And I just hope Travis Scott, like, number 2 ain't so bad. It's like when it's like when Loverboy peaked at number 2 back in 2001. Like,
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
And you know what? Sometimes you come in second. Some like previous presidents need to learn that sometimes you come in second. Travis Scott's out there trying to find 11,000 votes in Georgia or whatever. And girl, it's not happening. Give it up.
I can't believe you're calling Travis Scott the T word.
No, I'm not calling him that. I'm just saying
I mean,
that, sometimes you come in second. And
yes.
That's okay.
And again, here's someone that came in number one. Apparently, Billboard has declared that Post Malone and Morgan Wallen's "I Had Some Help" was the number one song of the summer 2024. And this is the first time I've ever thought to myself, I'm so glad there's no more monoculture. I have avoided this song like the goddamn plague. And like, I have no interest in ever hearing it. I'm so glad it can pass me by. It sickens me that people do listen to it and hear it and like it gets country radio play. Look up what Morgan Wallen did, has said what he stands for, and you will see why. But the fact that we're so bifurcated, maybe it's not so bad.
Sure. Yeah, because I truly wouldn't know that song if it was playing. Like,
yes.
It blasting in my ears.
Why would you?
Yeah, I'm happy like streaming my favorite girly pop girl who is peaks at 98
right
on the
exactly
because I'm just like, this is famous to me.
Exactly. And I before Chappell Roan blew up, whether she blew up or not, I would be spinning Hot to Go around the fucking clock.
Yes.
So, best of luck to the Morgan Wallen fans out there. Like, I hope you realize that you've done a lot of things wrong in your life, but I'm glad I don't have to engage with that.
Do you think, not that Billboard really matters anymore.
Of course.
Do we think that Chappell Roan's next release can go number one?
Yes. Single? Yes. Album? Yes. Like, picture on Instagram? Yes. Like, there's been so much buzz around this girl, and she's not released anything since she became Chappell Roan, the megastar. True. So I think it's going to take over.
That is when we will care again. That is when we will be like, this matters.
Exactly. That's when it's like, number ones are everything.
I know. And then like if the album goes number 2, we will be calling Billboard being like, the number 1 was invalid.
It was invalid. We gays have been streaming. Come to the 2 Gay Match chats. You'll know.
Yeah. Listen, the 2 Gay Mats, we're hypocrites. It's fine.
We're hypocrites. It's okay. Speaking of problematic musicians that are being worked with and collaborated with, Katy Perry was on the Call Her Daddy podcast and was asked why she chose to work with Dr. Luke. And she gave us a bit of a word salad answer that I won't go fully into, but just the beginning. I understand that it started a lot of conversations and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. But the reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience and my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of those people to help facilitate that. One of the writers, one of the producers. I'm speaking from my own experience. When I speak about Women's World, I speak from feeling empowered now as a mother, as a woman, as giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. She then starts listing body parts. That's not the question. I understand that he didn't write the whole song.
Yeah.
No one said you received a song from Dr. Luke and put it out. But why, if he was just a part of this big group of people in this collaboration pod, why did we need to put him there?
You know who can also write a good song about being a woman? An actual woman.
Hello?
Or bare minimum, a guy who's good to women.
It's the lowest bar. Truly.
It's the lowest bar.
And to me, it's like, okay, if she was going to say, well, I wanted to, revisit my teenage dream roots, XYZ.
Of course.
Bonnie McKee is right
there.
Bonnie McKee co-wrote every single hit on that record and has written hits with you for a long fucking time. You haven't worked with her in forever, and she's an actual woman. She has a sense of melody. You wouldn't have ended up with these warmed over songs with Bonnie McKee. I have trust in her. I have faith in her. And it wouldn't be such a bad PR move. I get that maybe she thought, Nicki Minaj was getting hits with him, Lotto, Doja Cat, whatever, but your relationship with Kesha makes it different. You being as big of a star as you already were. It's not I'm trying to get a hit. It's I'm Katy Perry. I did Teenage Dream. You could bring up artists that are smaller but are incredible. Mm-hmm. And the bad press would just not even have been a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
When we saw the picture for Women's World, we all were ready to stand.
Yeah.
That lasted 12 hours until we saw the fucking credits. So it's it just seems like a weird choice from my point of view. And she didn't answer that question. Which, I guess if I was
I'd be avoiding that question too.
But you know how you wouldn't have to avoid it if you just chose not to work with them. There had to be someone on her team that was like, this isn't a good idea. This is just going to be a bad look for you. It's wild that she ignored them.
Yeah, but people, it's a free country. They're going to do what they're going to do.
It is true. She's going to vote for, who's the Americana man?
Rick Caruso.
Rick Caruso. She's going to vote for Rick Caruso. She's going to work for Dr. Luke. Katie's on her own journey.
She's on her own journey.
It's true. Only Murders in the Building is coming back for season 5.
We love.
I could have told you that. Season 4 has been great so far. We're only 2 episodes in. I'm very invested. The Dancing with the Stars cast has been announced, which, I'm not going to watch Dancing with the Stars, but I just have to say, the return of Phaedra Parks is something that needs to be studied. Like the fact that the strength of Traitors has gotten her back on to Housewives of Atlanta, now Dancing with the Stars. She's going to be on next season of Married to Medicine. This is a person who was essentially blackballed from Bravo for a good 6-7 years.
Why, Matt Palmer? Tell us.
Well, for a valid reason, for accusing another cast member, Candy Burris, writer of No Scrubs, of rape, which was false, and she was kicked off the show rightly. But the comeback has been something to see, something to behold. And, for anyone who watches Dancing with the Stars, let us know how she does. I hope she does well. I hope she doesn't do anything problematic on Housewives.
And listen,
go round.
She's not going to be the most problematic person on Dancing with the Stars. What's her name? Anna Delvey? I always confuse Anna Delvey with the woman who sold blood. Who was that one?
I don't know.
There was a woman who sold blood.
Her blood?
No, other people's blood or blood that was supposed to, is that, or are they the same person?
Or wait, is that the person that Amanda Seyfried played in?
Yes, one was played by Amanda Seyfried or Seyfried.
I don't know.
That's a whole other thing I'm confused about.
How do you say her name?
How do you say her name?
Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, Google it. Because I'm not going to think of this person's name, but I have seen, she wears a turtleneck.
Yes.
Right? And is blonde and seems strung out. Natasha Rothwell is going to be starring in and producing the Who the Fuck Did I Marry TV adaptation. This is based off of the viral TikTok series from Risa Tisa. I think that's exciting. Not that Elizabeth Holmes is her name.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Yes.
Anna Delvey and Elizabeth Holmes are the same person.
Okay.
Just pretty women who scammed a bunch of people.
Right. Scammers. Well, and I guess that sometimes gets you on Dancing with the Stars. Who is that person that was in Trump's cabinet that was on Dancing with the Stars?
The press secretary. I forget his name. I'm not Googling
why
him.
are we platforming these horrible people?
It was bad.
And so it's nice that, Phaedra did something horrible, but not as horrible as that.
Yeah, exactly. It's so interesting. Even on The View, which is an ABC show, on The View, they were talking about, they were just what the fuck are they thinking putting Anna Delvey on Dancing with the Stars? This is ridiculous. Because I'm sure they're often told, if something is ABC affiliated, please don't be angry about it.
Right.
Don't talk bad about it.
Yes.
So I'm surprised that, they were talking about on The View. Also, this week, The View came back from their month-long hiatus. Phew, I'm just I missed my girls.
You love that View.
I love The View.
How much are they paying Whoopi Goldberg? Because I know she hates it.
Oh, my God. She loves just sitting there and getting that paycheck.
I saw a clip of her on YouTube or somewhere where it was what's your favorite thing about the show? What's the favorite thing about your job? She's like, the paycheck is very nice.
Getting paid.
Hey, which I get. Who hasn't gone to work and been my favorite thing about this job is the paycheck?
She's so funny on the show, though, because she just sits there and they're all what about this? What about this? What about this? And she's just guys, just fucking vote. She'll and have the final word. She's the wise grandmother who will literally just tell the kids to shut up and do what they know they need to do.
Good for her.
In terms of any conversation, not even a political one. She's just guys, it doesn't matter. She just always has a good matter of fact way of putting things.
Sounds like she gets it.
I love it.
Sorry, going back to the Natasha Rothwell story.
Sorry.
She is turning the viral TikTok series Who the Fuck Did I Marry into a television show. The Risa Tisa chronicled her ex-husband's extensive web of lies. Apparently there was a bidding war because this was one of the most popular TikTok series ever, I suppose. Rothwell won the rights to produce the story via her company, Big Hattie Productions. She will also star as Johnson. I think that's amazing. I love Natasha Rothwell. I've been a fan of hers ever since Insecure. She's so hilarious, and I love her on The White Lotus. I'm just so glad that I didn't even realize she had a production company. So it's just so cool to see her grow her brand, and this seems like such a good synergy to borrow a word from every corporation ever. But I just feel like she's going to do incredible work with this. And since you and I, of course, were entirely too lazy to watch this 900-part TikTok series,
yes,
I'll watch that fucking show and I will get everything I need to know out of it, because I want Risa Tisa to be okay and I want Natasha Rothwell to thrive, darling.
You saying Insecure, I'm just like, oh, I miss Matt Palmer talking about Insecure on the podcast.
I loved that show.
Yeah.
I missed that show. I started rewatching it. I need to keep up with it. It's just excellent. What a cast. What a writing crew, a staff. Everyone involved deserves all the Emmys. And they got a lot of them.
They got some, yeah.
They got some, right? Megan the Stallion.
Very different artists, ladies and
Very
gentlemen.
different artist. Megan the Stallion has starred in a new Pepsi Gladiator 2 ad. It stars Megan the Stallion and Travis Kelce apparently as well. This is kind of a reference. Remember that Britney Spears, Beyonce, and Pink ad that also featured Enrique Iglesias? People forget. Where they sang "We Will Rock You" and it was like, kind of a similar look.
Was that in 2000 when the movie Gladiator first came out?
I wonder. That would make sense. I've never.
Was it that early? Was Pink around in 2000?
She was, but just a little bit.
Was she like as big to be with Beyonce and Britney Spears?
Right, but the thing is, like, had Beyonce, if it was 2000, Beyonce had not even put her solo album out.
That's true.
She was still a member
so
of
it probably
Shop.
wasn't in conjunction with Gladiator coming out.
But maybe it was, and I guess that now makes sense that Gladiator 2 is coming out. So it's like, who's the biggest pop girl on the planet? And Megan Thee Stallion is in the conversation. So I love that she did this. I am just excited to see her get the accolades, getting the ad money. Pepsi loves to put a pop girl in a commercial, and we don't need to always wait for the Super Bowl for that.
Pepsi pop?
Yes.
My God.
I know.
It works so well if you're in the Midwest.
But Coca-Cola never really did that. I think they had Christina Aguilera for like 1 second, but then they're like, you're all buying Coca-Cola anyways. We don't need to pay these young ladies. You're going to buy it anyways.
Coca-Cola is like Beyonce. It's just like, no. Do I need to give you something as basic as visuals? Never.
No. I mean, Beyonce, I still would love visuals if you're watching.
The Coca-Cola is just like, we don't need famous
Yeah, it's like, we're
or,
still number one.
Yeah, all we need is an animated polar bear around Christmas time. Y'all are going to buy the fuck out of this.
And the thing is, as an Atlanta native, they're right. I just couldn't even imagine purposefully ordering or like drinking a Pepsi product when Coke was an option. I just don't have that. I don't have that. I'd be betraying myself, and I don't want to do that.
I'll drink whatever you put in my hand. Between Pepsi or Coke. You know what I loved? RC. Great cola.
You know what I loved?
What?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, well, Diet Dr. Pepper is
Classic.
king, obviously.
Classic.
But if we're talking just cola flavors, RC did not get enough love, I have to say.
Is RC still around?
I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Thinking
about you, RC.
Rest in peace, RC. R.I.P. RC.
Demi Lovato's coming out with a documentary about child stardom called Child Star. It apparently is going to be on Hulu. It features interviews from Drew Barrymore, Jojo Siwa, Alison Stoner, Raven Simone, Kenan Thompson, and Christina Ricci. It premieres September 17th on Hulu. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm all about a child star story.
I am too, and I hope... It seems like this cast actually, like, for as poorly as being a child star could go, they all seem pretty...
Sure, and it seems like we've got some a well-rounded variety of stories.
Yes.
Like you have people who like Demi Lovato, like a lot of like very, very hard things like happen to her.
Yes.
But then you have probably some other people who are just like, no, it was a relatively nice time.
Right. Exactly.
Who might have some stories with lower stakes. So I feel like we'll get a good variety.
I don't know much about Christina Ricci, but hopefully things went okay for her.
I imagine things. She's doing.
I mean, she's doing fine well, now, but like,
I imagine she's been in like some circumstances where she's like, I have some shit to say about this, but she also seems like there was a period where she went away for like a little bit,
which is probably
so.
Wise.
I imagine she was kind of just like, I'm gonna take myself a break. Maybe she'll go into why she took this like a couple year break. Like I remember it was like a couple years she was gone, and then suddenly she was like in the movie Monster. It was like, ooh, we're doing some edgier stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I'm interested to hear all of their stories.
I am too. I'm interested, but also nervous because I feel like it gets dark in that arena very quickly. So like we know Drew Barrymore went through it.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be hard to hear that kind of stuff. Linkin Park has announced new members and an album in November, a new song, and their lead vocalist passed away. And so they are bringing a new lead vocalist. I believe this is a female artist whose name I can't find right now, but Dead Sarah's vocalist, Emily Armstrong, and One OK Rock's Colin Britton as drummer. So that's cool that they're going to have a new female vocalist. We love a lady who sings.
Hey.
So I don't know anything about her.
Linkin Park's going to be all about, like, it's going to turn into a pop girly now. We have to stand.
I guess so. I guess we have to see how that goes. And I don't know if we mentioned this on the pod. Did we mention that Alan Cumming won that Emmy.
He just won yesterday.
Oh, he just won yesterday. He
Yeah.
dethroned RuPaul as reality host of the year, ending RuPaul's 8-year winning streak, which is wild that Ru won
That's amazing,
that many times in a row. But if, Ru was going to be dethroned by anyone, I'm so glad it's Alan Cumming.
He's great.
Brilliant on Traders. If you don't watch it, get that Peacock subscription. I think it's coming back in January, and I can't wait to see it. And lastly, we just need to talk about the box office because Beetlejuice made a shit ton of fucking money. It scared up over 110 million in the second biggest September debut in history. That is very exciting. And it also is like, sure, it's another sequel, but it's like a sequel that took its time to be made.
Yeah.
And apparently people are really enjoying the film. I think it might come up a little later, possibly.
Yeah. And it's a sequel to something, because it's like IP material. I guess it's not IP in the sense that like a comic book is, but it's like
Right.
it is a sequel to something that then they made dolls and TV shows and
sure.
cartoons around.
And a musical.
And a musical. But it's a sequel to something that has with time become very much an artistic statement for an artist. Like
Yes.
you think of Beetlejuice, you think of Tim Burton's like work and what makes Tim Burton. You think of like Beetlejuice as one of those things.
Right.
So it's not like a sequel just to be a cash cow. It's
Right.
like, no, this is a sequel to something that holds a lot of artistic merits.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and has proven itself with the test of time.
So are you saying I should see the original Beetlejuice?
I know you've never seen Beetlejuice.
No.
Oh my God. Yes, everyone should fucking see
Okay,
Beetlejuice.
all right.
I mean, we might talk about it later.
Is it scary?
No.
Okay.
It's the fucking opposite of
Okay,
scary.
good. I don't like scary.
It's like haha scary.
Okay, all right.
It's like scary in the way like your 4-year-old neighbors come dressed up as something funny for Halloween and you're
right.
like throwing candy at them.
Okay, great. All right. I'm excited for that. Is there anything else you want to tell people for News Radio?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's take a quick break and then we'll be back with more 2K Mats, the podcast. All right.
Air conditioner did
I
not
know.
fuck us up.
Well, it's because I kind of turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on. If you missed us for a second, we'll be back.
Okay. I've never seen it and I hate Tim Burton, so I'll never see it. Oh, how dare. Tim Burton is a fucking legend.
I have seen the Broadway show. Did you see it with Alex Brightman? Because I knew him in college.
He was in my program, but he was a year older than me, so I did not know him.
Yeah,
But
I mean, new is strong. He was in my freshman dorm, and I like saw him the first day that I was. I like. This sounds. He was like showing me something in his dorm room at some point, so we interacted.
That sounds sketchy.
It does, but it wasn't. He was like just showing me a pic of a video of him singing because he knew that I sang. It was nothing sexual, nothing sketchy.
So I was like, please give a detail.
He's
because
he's straight, right?
He was showing me something in his bedroom. It's like,
dorm room. I didn't say bedroom.
Yeah,
I
that
said
makes it sound sketchier.
I said dorm room. I didn't say bedroom.
Dorm room is bedroom.
But it's a dorm seems a little like everyone's hanging in the dorm. Bedroom's like bedroom.
No, girl, there were beds, baby.
But there are people in there with you. You're
Yeah,
not
of
having
course.
sex
You're
in front of
hanging
people.
out.
You're hanging out in the dorm.
Well, it depends on the dorm room.
Oh, well, not in my dorm room.
My dorm room. Yeah. Those were the dorm rooms that were the kids that paid extra money.
Right, exactly. No, I didn't have that. Do we have Email My Heart?
Oh, we do have quite a few.
Oh, do we do? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn the AC on. So you're basically best friends. Yes. Iconic best buds. So yeah, if the video goes out for a second, know that it'll come back on. We just need to be a little cool. We need to be a little cooler.
to be cool, please.
It's not scary, but isn't it kind of gross?
Yeah, there's like you won't like some of the gross humor.
It's like barf stuff or like
poop
stuff.
Not poop, but like it's very gross. Like it's like you'll sit there. I know your reaction when you'll sit there and you'll go, "This is silly."
That tracks.
Silly.
That tracks. I don't really do like silly.
It's the definition. It is all just silly.
Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my most hated movies ever. Christian, really? I love Nightmare
Before Christmas like revolutionized cinema.
I love that movie.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Oh, and also, I mean, well, if you are a patron, you'll see this at some point, but I did watch Babylon over the course of last week, over 2 nights, and y'all...
Talking about changing cinema.
I didn't see what Matt... It's like me and Matt Steele watched different movies. That's what it felt like to me when we were discussing
Or it's more like you didn't really watch.
I watched enough. I saw what I needed to see, and I was... Wait, who are you talking about? Who? Alex Brightman, who was in the Beetlejuice musical. He also went to NYU.
with me and Stephanie Germanotta.
Yes, heard of her.
Heard of her. I didn't know her. She was much older than me. By much, I mean like 3.5 years old.
I remember when Haley Joel Osment was there when we were there too.
He was my year, even though he's your age, he was my year.
Oh.
But he was the first person I saw after I moved all my stuff into my dorm. He was the first person I saw when I went back down outside. I was just like, that's Haley Joel Osment.
I think I saw him every once in a while, and I was like, man, big head. Which I guess makes sense. I feel like a lot of movie stars have big heads. But he was like,
do they?
I feel like that's a thing, yeah.
He has very big, like expressive eyes. He's also kind of.
I know. I think it was just
small.
like in comparison to his body.
Yeah, he's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
But like very like strong, like a sturdy, like to the earth. You know, like when guys are like shorter and they're like earthy.
Did he take you to his room?
Wow. No, though he did date a friend of mine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did she like him? Were they?
Well, I mean, she had to have like.
But I know, but like, did it end in a good way? Like, were they?
I actually don't know. It did end, but
Right.
I don't know the details. This is a friend who I wasn't like insanely close with. She was just in my program.
Okay.
So I don't know all of those details. I don't want to pry.
Right.
You know.
That Nightmare Before Christmas traumatized me as a child. Oh, that's hard. I mean, I had that with Fantasia. I remember watching Fantasia when I was too young to see it, and I was like, terrifying. Running out of the room, not engaging.
Only scary thing to me as a child was, I remember seeing the first scene in Scream while on vacation.
How old were you?
When it like came to video. Like, so I was pretty young.
I was gonna say that's too young.
That was like what, 1996?
Yeah,
so I was probably going into like third grade maybe.
That's too young to have seen this any part of Scream.
I was in Vegas and like it was like on TV and I remember like actively. That's the only time I remember, besides one other moment, being a little kid and being like, I'm going to cover my eyes because I'm scared. But the most traumatic is Carol Channing turning into the lamb in the made-for-TV Alice in Wonderland. That is truly nightmare fuel for a child. I remember having to close my eyes every single time. And then I guess... I got used to it because then as I grew up, I
love her.
I was like, she's the best. So
I remember going to Jurassic Park. I think my mom took us to go see it when it was in theaters because she was thinking, oh, like dinosaurs, like kids will like it.
Oh no, that movie's scary.
That movie is scary. We ran out. We
Wow.
just played in the arcade. And my mom went out with us for a sec, but she's like, you guys are fine out here. And so yeah, then she was like, I'm gonna finish the movie. Y'all have fun.
Your mom was like, listen,
like, I bought
these
these tickets.
I want to know what the fuck happens.
Right.
Because that movie's fucking brilliant.
I would rewatch it. And I'm excited that Jonathan Bailey's going to be in the new Jurassic World reboot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I just remember like being a little kid, and as a little kid, everyone was like, "Oh, you must love dinosaurs." I truly never cared about dinosaurs.
I didn't have any strong feelings against the dinosaur.
Like every little boy was like obsessed with dinosaurs.
We like Barney. That's a type of dinosaur.
Oh, that's true. Barney's the only dinosaur I stand.
Yeah.
And so I never fully watched Jurassic Park as a kid. I would always like see like parts of it, or like they would show parts of it at the after school program, like that I was went to after school or something like that. But I never watched the movie in full until like middle school, and I was like, let me pop this shit in. I know it's like something straight boys like, but like, let me pop this in. Oh, we're gonna lose video.
Oh God. Damn it.
Oh, that's fine. Let me pop this VHS in and watch it in full. And I just remember when it was done, I was like, that was one of the most riveting things I've ever seen. So it's like, I was like, wow.
Yeah, you can probably hear us and not see us. We're going to come back. Don't worry. I believe in us. Let me turn off the AC. I love that we have to choose between AC or video.
Oh, you know.
So rude. Fine. So harsh. What about us?
What about us? What about us? What about all that we've been through? But what about trust? You know, I never wanted to hurt you. It's from High School Musical 2.
Oh, I was like, I've heard this, but...
I've got to move on and be who I am. Yes.
I do like that.
Gabriella's best breakup song.
That's a good melody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Land Before Time was my jam. The Thriller music video was terrifying as a child. That was a scary one. Land
Before Time. We don't talk enough about how Sarah, the Triceratops, is a gay icon.
Is she?
Oh my God. Total lesbian. Like her in her yellow. Absolutely.
I need to rewatch.
I remember being a little kid and being like, I don't really care about the dinosaur aspect of this, but her.
Queen.
I'm obsessed with her.
Hey.
And so Triceratops was my favorite dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
For a bit. Not that I really cared about dinosaurs, but like people would always ask me, what's your favorite dinosaur? And I would always say Triceratops because Sarah is a lesbian icon.
Did you have the word lesbian in your back pocket at that day?
To me, it was interchangeable with Triceratops.
What About Us? Great Brandy song. Yes. What about all of that things that you said? Promises that you made. What about all of that lies that you gave? What about us?
Oops. Oh my God, I have such a crush on Winona Ryder always.
Ooh. Oop. Sarah the Triceratops was annoying. Sorry. According
Jeffrey.
to Jeff. There you go.
Sarah rules. Okay.
Son of a Gun music video scared me as a child. Oh, you must have been young because that was what, 02?
What's Son of a Gun?
It's a Janet Jackson video where she I know that she has her abs out. She's wearing a witch hat and is carrying a bat.
Scary.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Thriller music video, I was wondering if that was in this week's bracket. Would have
won. I mean, it's an excellent music video. We generally don't talk a lot about Michael Jackson anymore, even though he was my favorite growing up because,
But even if we did, we wouldn't put a guy in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like we rarely are putting a man in there.
Yeah. But it also, if it was in there, it might have won.
It's a classic.
If it's between Like a Prayer and Thriller, it's like, oh, what do we do?
I think it's Thriller.
I think it's Thriller too.
Yeah.
Oh, now Madonna's gonna get mad at us.
I mean, hopefully she's watching. Hey, Madge.
We were in her good graces for 2 days.
I know.
Wait, did you all mention Beetlejuice, the new one? I mean, we'll talk about it.
We will talk about it.
We talked about it a little bit, but we talked about box office numbers.
We did. Talk about Our Love by Brandy. That was never my favorite Brandy song. I didn't understand why that was the first single from Aphrodisiac. It's like I would not have picked that. Do the title track. It's so fucking good. You fulfill my every desire.
Hey.
With you.
Thriller is the GOAT music video. Kind of is.
It is.
Kind of.
I mean, it's just if we're talking about, pieces of media that change the art form.
Sure. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
The Way That I Love You by Ashanti. I don't know that.
Ashanti.
Oh, great artist. Great artist.
Beyonce's know her?
That is what the New York Times told us all. Also, did you see that fucking New York Times poll that came out today?
No.
Fuck them. They're like, Trump's up by 1.
Whatever.
It's like, fuck them.
Everyone vote.
Everyone vote.
Everyone
for
vote
Kamala.
For Kamala Harris.
If you want to vote for not Kamala, don't vote.
Everyone's voices should be.
That's my opinion. If you want to vote for someone that's not Kamala Harris, stay home.
I'll be
Get
the
a massage.
presidential one here.
I won't be. You Remind Me by Mary J. Blige. I don't even remember that video. You guys are, so many that have slipped my mind. I told you I don't have a memory of, if it's not Mariah Carey's Honey in 97.
That's the only music video that exists.
That's the only one. I mean, and Heartbreaker. Oh, we love you too, Justin.
Love you, Justin. Wayne from Boys to Men.
Wanye.
Sorry.
Don't be ridiculous.
This is
It's
one of the best
Wanye.
vocalists of all time.
Absolutely is. Very talented.
Ashanti kills a man in the
Ooh.
video.
She was the original Sabrina Carpenter.
Wow. Why'd she kill him?
I don't know. I bet he cheated. Probably cheated.
Probably cheated. Probably cheated.
I know. Cheating is bad, y'all.
Guys, don't cheat.
Bad.
Don't cheat, please.
Yeah, don't cheat. Just be upfront and honest and truthful.
Honest and truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kill him with kindness,
Yeah. I didn't like that Selena Gomez song.
Kill him with kindness. I think that song's fine.
It's annoying.
Compared to the rest of the album, it's one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Because that
hands to myself.
I remember when you were listening to that album for the first time, you were just like, wait, why is this Selena Gomez?
I had no idea
so
why it was so good. LOL, just like we only accept 5 stars, we only accept Kamala votes. It's true.
We only accept Kamala votes.
Watching 2 gay Matt makes me laugh at how U.S. gays interact. As a Caribbean gay, we try to survive internally. Oh, well, you should move sometime. I know it's hard everywhere else.
Easier said than done.
I know, but you should. Everyone deserves to have a happy, fulfilling, joyful life.
Listen, hang in there. We are happy that we can provide entertainment for y'all and make y'all feel as loved as possible.
Right. Everyone deserves to be safe and happy. And also makes me, now that I'm just on a fucking soapbox, the idea that it's only going to get hotter in the world and there's going to be such classism between people with air conditioning, people without, unhoused people. It's just fucking awful that this is the way the world is going. No one's doing anything to stop global warming. So everything will become worse. People will just fucking die. It's just, I'm sorry for taking this left turn, but it just is really upsetting.
Who's presidential now?
I know. Someone get me up there. And I'll be like, if you ever heard of a Trump, I fucking hate you.
Be like, listen, guys, this sucks.
This sucks. She's also my feeling on, how every fucking place should accept dollars, accept legal tender. Some people don't have credit cards and Apple Watches and whatever. The coffee shop across the street is like, we're cashless. It's like, shut up. Get some cash.
Get some cash, guys.
That's the thing. These are what I'd run on. These are my policies.
All right. I mean, sometimes it does make the place a little more susceptible to robberies.
I realize that, and I get that.
We saw that episode of Degrassi where Spinner opens up a T-shirt shop,
right?
And a guy goes, "Do you accept debit?" And Spinner shows the entire safe of money and goes, "Cash only, my friend." And it's like, Spinner, please. And then the guy comes back later and robs the store for all of its cash. And it's like, well, how is a high schooler really running a business to begin with? That's kind of not believable, but.
Yes, Jerry, we love you. We're sending all
we
of
love
our
you,
love
Jerry.
your way. Are y'all gonna try Sir Davis? He won't. I might. I don't like whiskey.
What's Sir Davis?
It's the Beyonce whiskey.
Oh, I'm not. No.
Yeah, no, he's not trying that. I might, but it's like also how expensive is it for me to get something that I don't like? But it is Beyonce. But it's like I'd love to spend my money on the visuals. I'd love to buy the fucking Renaissance film.
Maybe if you buy the whiskey, then she'll get earn the money to.
I don't think the reason she's not put out the visuals is like
She's
lack of funds.
Guys.
I don't believe
She's
that's
struggling.
it. I know. I don't think of her as struggling.
Yeah, I mean, she found out that Taylor was a billionaire solo, so she's like, well.
See, Selena Gomez is a billionaire too.
I know.
Good for her. I'm sure Rihanna is. Everyone who's doing anything but music. It's like, you know how you don't become a billionaire? Just do music. Like Chappell's like, I don't want to do other shit. It's like, yeah, she doesn't need to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Halle Berry said she lives one more again. Good for her.
That's why we need to vote for someone with sensible immigration policies that doesn't attack climate migrants and asylum seekers.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Oh, I did see Halle Berry said she likes one more.
I didn't see. How did I miss that? Did it happen today?
Literally just now. I looked at Twitter when I posted the video.
What did she like?
She just tweeted.
Oh, she just tweeted.
She just tweeted this song is good. You didn't miss anything big.
I mean, I don't like missing Mariah
You
news.
didn't miss anything big, but Beyonce isn't getting any more of my money until the visuals end. I want the visuals so bad. Do you have any theories as to when they will come out? No. There are no theories.
Womoken is the perfect song. I don't make the rules. Yes.
Damn.
All right, Hallie, just standing. Will forever adore MC. Oh, my queens. I like Hallie. Everyone becomes my queen if you.
I like Hallie now.
If you've said something kind publicly about Mariah Carey, I stand.
All right.
For a good 12 minutes.
That makes it really hard. I don't want to be. I understand, Jerry. The late great Hannibal Lecter.
The late great. Oh, the fact that he's the guy that we're going up against again. It's like this. Guys, do you not see?
Do you not see?
Do you not see?
You know who sees? Dick Cheney.
Oh my God.
Like the fact that Dick Cheney's like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. It's like
John
great.
McCain's son.
John McCain's son came out. Liz Cheney just endorsed Colin Allred against Ted Cruz for the Texas Senate.
Icon.
It's just like, ooh, our tent's real big now.
Yes,
our tent is very big.
Come on over.
We love a big tent.
Come on over here. Great Toni Braxton song. Did you see Mariah's vids she posted of her singing? I love her tone right now. Yes, she sounds great. She was rehearsing for her upcoming concerts and was doing like a little acoustic version of It's Like That.
All right, well, when's the album coming?
I don't know. Mariah's booking these stadiums. Yes, China and Brazil. Good for her. And I mean, going back into work after such a tough